Brother Maynard, bring up the holy hand grenade. 1, 2, 5.
Please, sir.
3.
Arm yourselves, America. This is Defenders Live.
Hey, here comes the danger up in this club. When we get started, man, we ain't gonna stop. We gon' turn it out till it gets too hot. Everybody sing, hey, tell 'em turn it out till they get no more. Let's get this thing shaking like a disco ball. This is your last warning, I'm gonna see go. I am not afraid of the storm that comes my way. When it hits, it shakes me too.
To start the new decade, the start of the new decade,
Yeah.
time to make real changes to better our lives and the communities we live in, and maybe even the world.
This sounds good so far. What are we talking about here?
First, we have to recognize that over the past decade, we have seen endless trends coming into being, decisions made by governments, or even ourselves that have had a huge impact on certain aspects of our lives and the world. Sadly, in many cases, they are for the worse.
Yes, okay.
The grim reality of our world is that we are facing fundamental threats posed by changes in the global climate, exacerbating climate
changes.
Turn and face the changes.
Sorry, I had to jump in.
Exacerbating climate hazards and extreme health disasters. We all have a responsibility when it comes to tackling climate change.
I'm sorry. Whoa. Whoa. Ho.
And limiting global warming. Do you not agree with what I'm saying here? I mean, this is a new year, new you.
New year, new you is one thing.
We have to start recognizing the fundamental impacts that we are doing.
I don't understand.
It is a new year, and it's time for a change. This is the New Year's is all about resolutions. So all I'm saying is we have a responsibility, Stephen, when it comes to tackling climate change and limiting global warming. We have a responsibility.
I'm not. No.
You're going to shirk your responsibility?
No, it's not that's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
That's not what I'm saying here. Okay.
Like saying individual efforts are too insignificant to make a difference?
No.
Because that's reckless.
No, that's not. I'm not.
Because everyone.
I would never go there.
Everyone is equally responsible for every little bit of effort.
Every single person is responsible for every little bit of effort, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so the best way to do this. Dylan?
Yes.
Why are you reading Chinese propaganda?
I'm sorry. Chinese what?
Why are you reading Chinese propaganda?
I don't know what you're talking about, sir. I am merely trying to express to you that it is 2020. This is the second Monday of the new decade, the new year.
Yeah, right.
And a lot of people have made and frankly have failed in a lot of their resolutions.
Sure. Yeah, right.
And that this is a resolution that one can get behind and follow through.
I don't know which resolution, but I know what story that you're pulling from.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I know what story you're pulling from.
Do you know what I'm pulling from?
I do. I know exactly what you're pulling from.
Well, both my hands are on the desk, sir. I'm not pulling at anything.
I got you. What do I do with my hands? All right. But I've got to say, are you wouldn't happen to be reading the article by Louisa Tam, would you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Columnist for the SCMP, Louisa Tam?
I don't know.
She said something like, you know,
no.
we can all do our bit to save the planet, giving up meat.
Yeah, but do you know how you do
Giving
that?
up meat.
Yes, for veganary. Or veganuary, I believe is the proper way to enunciate a word. An annual event that encourages non-vegans around the world to adopt a vegan diet during the month of January. I mean, this is good. I mean, it's not like typical vegans who shove it down your throat all day long every day.
Uh-huh.
Oh, how do you know when somebody is a vegan or in CrossFit? Because they tell you that they're.
Of course, they always tell you. Don't
CrossFit.
worry, they'll tell you. It's that's what it is. But what I'm trying to get at is this article is by Louisa Tam.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's fine.
If you say so.
No problem.
I thought I was monologuing there, but I mean that's
no,
cool.
no, you were definitely not monologuing. You were reading a script. I can only hope.
This show is taking a drastic turn for the worst.
And this was posted in the South China Morning Post.
Okay.
The South China China Morning Post.
So that'd be Southern China.
Southern China. Why is Southern China telling us what to do with our bodies?
Well, because they're so used to telling their own people what they have to and can't do with their bodies.
Well, of course. I mean, they also kill them with smog and poison and take their bodies and sell their organs. But that's not. I mean, obviously, that's neither here nor there, right?
No. Here's the thing, though, that when it comes to South China, is they've accepted the new year, new you. They've made some resolutions as well, and they have decided that they're going to branch out, that trying to dictate, rule, and control their own people is not good enough. Nay, they must start pushing to control and dominate other peoples of the world.
Well, that's what I'm trying to get at. So South China wants us all to be vegetarians for January.
No, they want us to be vegans.
Vegans?
Yes, vegan.
Like no milk, no dairy.
Nothing that might be even remotely have touched an animal kind of thing.
Like no honey.
Nothing. If it was produced by an animal, thou shalt not partake.
But what about the fact that if we eat all the vegetables, then we also eat all the plant life, which would then mean that the animals would die, and that the world there would be global warming faster because the plant life is what gives us oxygen out of our carbon dioxide.
But you don't understand. The cows, by them farting, is what causes.
But if we don't kill them, then they're going to be more cows.
But if we're not eating them, then we're not mass producing them. Therefore, they won't be as many, and they will kind of die off on their own.
Cattle farmers were cattle farmers before they were eating the cattle.
But for what purpose, if not to eat?
Leather.
Now we can't do that because that's veganism. Is you don't have anything to do with an animal.
Oh sure, nothing at all, right?
Nope. You don't wear clothing. You don't wear.
No ice cream.
No ice cream, and that's a shame too. No ice cream. I mean, they have vegan ice cream, but
it's nasty.
It does.
It's nasty.
It does.
It's like soy cream and coconut cream.
It's like
it's nut cream.
It's nut cream.
And nobody likes nut cream. I mean,
curd is pretty much about what you're looking at.
Tofu curds.
Yeah, isn't that just a mouthful of excitement? So you're not for veganuary, is what you're telling me. You're not going to partake in veganuary. You're not going to do your part.
Dude, I had a burger, and a steak, egg, and cheese biscuit today at dinner. That was dinner.
Wow.
steak, egg, cheese biscuit made with butter and milk,
Huh.
and a cheeseburger.
You monster.
I am. And it was delicious.
You monster. How dare you?
And then I gave my kids Bowberry biscuits. And they had meatballs and chicken
whoa.
sandwiches. And my wife had bacon and truffle mac and cheese.
I cannot believe you gave your girls meatballs.
I did.
How dare you, sir?
Sauce all over them. Making it so wrong.
This is such a travesty.
But it was so good.
I thought I knew you. Clearly, I don't. I'm not angry, Steven. I'm just disappointed.
I'm disappointed. I'm the one that's disappointed. You reading this trope? This travesty. Actually, you know what? I think somebody else has already done this better.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Really?
Pretty
Who
sure.
would that have been?
Well, before we get to that, let's tell everybody who we are.
Who are we? We are DOAE Show, also known as Defenders Live on Mojo 50. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Go to mojo50.com and check out everything that's going on over there, all the other amazing hosts and other shows going on over there, the gear and the news, and keep up with what's going on with us. You can also follow us at doaeshow.com. That is our website. Follow us on all the social medias at DOAE Show. Use the hashtag #ArmYourselves.
That's Arm Yourselves.
Yep. And if you ever decide that you want to hear, the podcast or anything like that, you can find us virtually anywhere a podcast can be found. The iTunes, the iHeartRadios, the Spreakers, the SoundClouds,
All those things.
all the good places, YouTube and Stitcher and all that jazz. We're there. Mojo is there as well. Mojo 50 Radio. You should not. I can't say you can't.
You shouldn't be able to miss it.
You should not go a day without listening to Mojo, because you will miss out on a lot.
Oh, yeah. And by the way, I'm saying
that you hear elsewhere.
Mojo 50 is proudly sponsored by American Pride Roasters Coffee. APR coffee's in my cup right now.
I left my cup on the counter.
Oh man, APR coffee is amazing, especially that hazelnut trail that I have, the Oregon Trail. Oregon Trail. Oh, that reminds me.
Yes.
So we're doing a giveaway.
We are doing a giveaway.
APR Coffee has decided that they are going to do a giveaway, and they wanted our help. So here's the plan. What we want you to do is we want you to follow us on the Twitters. It's at DOAE Show, at Mojo50 Radio. Follow us on the Twitters.
Yes.
New followers, brand new followers. If you are a brand new follower, we are going to choose one of you.
Between now and Friday.
And that one person will then get a direct message from us. We will be sending you a free bag of APR coffee straight from AmericanPrideRoasters.com. That's AmericanPrideRoasters.com. Amazing stuff. Go check us out on the Twitters at DOAE Show, at Mojo50 Radio.
Yes, and it'll be a bag of your choice, by the way.
Yes, and it's amazing, so
It
good.
is.
You could have the peppermint mochas. You could have the hazelnut Oregon Trails. You could have the chocolate cherries. Oh, so good.
For Hamilton,
Oh, the
the
Hamilton,
blueberry
yeah.
donut.
Oh, very
so
good
many
stuff.
great things out there. I'm telling you, but you want to be a part of this. New followers only. Sorry, guys. It's just how we're going to do it this time around. We'll open it up on other times later. But right now, for all the new folks, get you, like I said, follow on Twitter at DOAE Show.
Yes.
And at Mojo50 Radio.
Right.
Between now and Friday, all new people who've never followed before will be picked randomly. On Friday will be announced. You'll be contacted, and we will get you your free bag of coffee.
Right. Not everybody, but one person will be pulled from the.
One person. Did I say that?
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah, one person. Yeah, we're only doing one. We can't afford to give everybody. So there. Oh my goodness. Oh, so we were going into this a little bit further.
Oh yeah. So
It's bad enough that the
South China.
the South China is trying to tell us what to do and how
China.
we need to stop eating cows and stuff like that. And
Right.
I could get China telling that to themselves because they don't exactly have a lot of room. They have a lot of people, not a lot of living space.
Living space.
Mm-hmm. So I can see that happening to them, but having the chutzpah to turn around and say something to the rest of the world, namely the United States, is bad. And you know that you have crossed a line with Piers Morgan. When Piers Morgan decides that he is upset and blasts you,
You've done something wrong.
you know you've done wrong. Because if he isn't on board with your left-wing, hardcore,
Bolshevik.
yes, then you know that you may have crossed a line or two somewhere back there.
Let me see if I can get this
Insects
working.
are animals, and yet vegans
All right, David
don't want
Attenborough.
you to know about their dirty little secret, which is that they kill billions of those bees every year. And then what happens?
Are you
How do
going to give up
Wait a
almonds
minute.
and
Wait
avocados
a
then?
minute.
Because you feel so sorry
How
for
do you
our pet
think
bees?
avocados and almonds then get from the bee murder site in California?
Yeah.
How do you think they get to you on your little plate in Islington?
They get on a
Huh?
plane.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
fly them on planes in big plastic containers,
Yeah.
and they wrap them all in plastic, and they put them in supermarkets in plastic.
Yeah.
So not only is it rank hypocrisy because you're killing loads of animals to eat this stuff, but also you're wrecking the planet by then flying it halfway across the world to be on your little
I
doorstep.
tell you what, I bet that vegan steak bake sells out by the end of the
Of course it
morning.
will, because the nations have become a nation of lemmings. All it needs is someone to go like me to go, this is ridiculous hypocrisy. I must go and buy one then.
Yeah.
Of
Because
course I
that's how
must.
persuasive you
Wow.
are.
Anyway,
Whatever
luckily-
you say.
Wow. And he wasn't even being delicate either. He's like, you guys are morons. You're lemmings. You are sheep. You can't think for yourself. When Piers Morgan can sit here, the guy who regurgitates stuff without fact checking anything,
That guy.
and he tells you that you're a lemming,
You're probably a lemming.
yeah, you're probably doing something wrong. I mean, this is beyond the pot calling the kettle black.
That's true.
If you're just saying it. Wow. Pierce.
You know what? Hey, you know what? Good job, Piers Morgan.
You delightful Englishman, you.
Speaking of taking people's meat away, Peekapoo, the snarking jack all over on the Twitter says, January's cold and dark
It
and
is.
wet.
Whoa.
Try to take my meat, risk losing a limb.
Well, but if we take your meat, wouldn't you be losing at least an appendage?
Wrong meat.
Oh. Well, there was a bell that got rang, so I just assumed.
Well, you rang the bell.
I don't know what you're talking about. Excuse me.
Oh, you're a goof, dude.
No, it gets worse with age.
That's true. Hey, that cough sounds kind of like a smoker's cough.
No, not exactly. It's more of sleep deprivation, body shutting down.
Are you sure? Have you not tried the new Daily Mojo cigar series?
I have not, actually.
Have you even seen it?
No.
Oh, man. See, all these...
I had a bad experience when it came to a cigar. Back in the day when I was young and ignorant and hot, I was offered a cigar by somebody.
And you sucked in?
Oh, I did. And it tasted and smelled like I was smoking a dirty gym bag.
That's disgusting. They probably had terrible cigars.
And I have never, ever had the desire to ever be around another cigar again.
Well, that's a wonderful sell.
Traumatized. Well, no. I'm just saying that's my personal experience. However, I have heard through the grapevine,
yes,
namely the emails that we have been getting. I'm in the know.
Oh, no. Here's the thing. So I've been in the car with
Mhm.
Izzo while he was smoking one of these.
That's what I'm saying. I've been. You've told me about it. Izzo obviously speaks very highly of it because he uses it.
Yes.
And I'm a little gun shy still.
That's fine, but let me ask you this.
It's a bad experience, but
Let me give you this. Let me give you this, okay? Let me give you this. Listen.
you gonna give it to me?
I'm going to give it to you. 8 inches. 52 gauge. Churchill size.
We will fight them on the land.
You can get the El Jefe.
Not El Jefe.
The El Jefe. It's a mild cigar. Good for beginners.
You mean it's good for those who are breaking back into the
Mm-hmm. Yes.
into
breaking
the,
back
the
into
world
the
of
smoking.
cigars?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Or the Handy J.
I don't know, Handy J.
See, Handy J's are medium, spicy cigars. Kind of similar to a Cuban.
So Handy J's a medium. Is that what you're telling me?
He's a medium Cuban. On rye.
Oh.
And the Stags, my friend, is a Maduro. It's bold, it's smooth, and it's a little bit more mature.
It's for the grown-ups. It's for the.
No. By mature, I mean older. That's all I mean.
I thought it was.
It's for the mature smoker, somebody who's had a lot of experience.
I thought we were going 18 and old kind of crowd.
No. What we're going is very experienced crowd. Yeah. So if you're looking for cigars and you are somewhere in this range, whether beginner or well seasoned, maybe you should go over to Mojo 50, click on the shop button, get yourself 3 cigars for just $25.
Brad is very well seasoned.
Go to mojo50.com, click on the shop button, 3 cigars for $25, the Mojo 50 Daily Mojo Cigar Series. Check them out today over at mojo50.com.
You won't be sorry.
You won't be.
I have actually really considered breaking down and giving it a whirl. Just because, like, I've been told, like, everybody who smokes them are like, oh, these are amazing. This is amazing, and I'm like, you don't understand the trauma.
It's
the
like
PTSD that one suffers from smoking such a horrible, low-class, nasty cigar, and these are not. And I know they're not, but it's
Kevin Hutchison over on the MeWe says, I've never smoked a Cuban.
Mm-hmm.
Do they scream when you light them up?
Not if you club them hard enough first.
Right.
You
Look, it's only 8 inches anyway. Come on.
I would never know. I've never heard anybody scream at her for 8 inches. I've never had 8 inches to make anyone scream. So, allegedly, right?
Allegedly. Oh, I'm sorry. It's a slow night, but it's hilarious to me.
It's a very slow night. We're like looking at the clock. Go, no, we still got like a half a minute. So it's like,
no, this is good.
We draw out these.
Oh gosh, no, that was good. That was hilarious to me. I'm sorry. That's all I needed. Thank you over there on the Let's Be Frankie PA for the new meme. For the new meme over on the Twitters. That's amazing. Well done.
The one of you is Gunther Thunderstruck.
Yeah, apparently, because the "How dare you" that I did earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
How dare you?
Exactly.
Oddly enough, though, you look like a hippie.
Yeah, pretty much.
Beard-looking hippie.
Virginia Jackal over on the MeWe. No, he didn't, with a Ross O face.
Yes.
Yes, he did. We'll be right back, right after this. so good.
That's what they say.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm told.
Allegedly.
Oh, my goodness. You people are awesome, by the way. Oh, that's Joey. I'm sorry. I got my names confused. At least I knew it was from Friends.
Yeah.
I've had a lot on my mind this week, okay?
It's been a long. It's been
It's a
only
long
Monday.
It's been a really long Monday. Well, I can't say really long. Actually, today wasn't that bad. It really wasn't.
As far as Mondays goes, today was actually
It was
really
a
good.
pretty good Monday, nonetheless. I'm just, it's still a Monday. That's why that's just why it feels so weird. It's still a Monday.
It is still a Monday, at least for a couple more hours.
Mm-hmm. It is. That's a hilarious promo.
What's that?
The 8-inch, 52 gauge.
Mm-hmm.
So good. It's Churchill sized.
It's like smoking a trunk.
Like smoking a Clinton.
Minus the foul, bitter smell.
And taste.
Not near as pungent.
And also with less likelihood of immediate death.
Ugh. That's disgusting.
Okay. We're about to come back. About to come back.
I think it's time to blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
Okay.
What?
SK Thompson.
Thank you.
Over on Twitter. At DOA Show. Guess who quit smoking today?
Who?
The Qasim Solomon. Yeah.
I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Allegedly, he stopped smoking today. He might. Not 100% sure. We have not confirmed that.
That is unconfirmed.
It is unconfirmed, but
still a smolder.
Allegedly. Speaking of Mr. Soliman.
Yeah, Iran has threatened to attack the White House in a crushing retaliation.
Yeah. Okay.
To which Donald Trump has also already tweeted out.
And ET retweeted. He responded in typical Donald Trump fashion.
It's so Trumpian.
It is. This Trump, his tweet, quote, "These media posts will serve as notification to the United States Congress that should Iran attack any U.S. person or target, the United States will quickly and fully strike back, and perhaps in disproportionate manner. Such legal notice is not required, but is given nevertheless."
Okay, so here's the thing. Iran makes a threat on America daily. They make direct threats against the White House weekly. I don't see why this is anything different other than the fact that Soleimani got destroyed.
Yeah, that's all it is.
It's the only difference. Soleimani was destroyed, and now I am in such grief. I will kill the Americans.
They've been saying that forever. And eventually, just so we're clear, eventually it will happen. It may not be,
but maybe, yeah, right.
It may not be the Iranians, but eventually America will fall. Just
that is a given. Everything will. What we talked about this. Everything comes to an end. Yeah. Eventually, everything comes to an end, including our republic. But we're trying to reset the button. Is all we're trying to do. We're just trying to push the expiration date a little further.
That's all. But Yeah, so it's very much a Trump response. And they're all, oh, you can't. And then people are so
it's so
paranoid.
good. It's so good.
The funny part is the reaction. If anybody follows any other form of social media anywhere else, all you're seeing are these young, they're not even millennials anymore. Whatever the young generation, the 18-year-old generation is called.
Oh, the new iGen.
Is that what they are? I don't know what
the
their name
iGen.
is.
They're iGen.
They're sorry individuals for starters.
That's not
So
nice.
they are.
Actually, the iGen is pretty much that. I mean this. A lot of the iGen, because you're talking about like the same. You're talking about iGen that's been raised by the millennial generation. I'm talking about like the other iGen. They're very self-reliant kids.
Well, that's what I hear. But I'm talking about the majority of the young people now who are
going to college right now. That's
yeah.
still technically millennial.
Okay, if that's still, I don't know. I'm so, dude. I was having a conversation with somebody at work today and come to the realization that it was 20 years ago. Hold on, it was 20 years ago last June when I joined the Navy. 20 years.
Seaman.
Holy hell! And I was airman. Get it right there, buddy.
Sorry.
20 years. I went in 20 years ago.
Right.
So I'm so old that
a long time ago.
In a galaxy far away. Okay. So but anyway, a lot of the younger generation currently are they're all very paranoid.
Really? About what?
This whole Iranian.
Maybe it's because they're high.
Or not high enough.
No, she's so high.
High above me?
Uh-huh.
She's so lovely. I'm not going on the rest of the song. I get confused.
Don't. You good.
But so yeah, they're a little bit upset. And I don't know what I think happened, and I'm not sure. I can't prove it. This is just my personal opinion, my thought.
Okay.
But these kids are suddenly worried about. They keep throwing around like hashtag
the draft.
Hashtag World War III and all these things like that.
Hashtag Trump war.
I think somebody is trolling them, and they took it hook, line, and sinker.
Do you think it's a 4chan troll?
I really do. Not to say that it's not a possibility but not for nothing. Every single day is a possibility for World War III.
Because I mean, frog trolling is very apparent, and that happens a lot.
It is, and what better way? So all these kids are paranoid about the draft and everything else. Well, there are some college students who are panicking over the free application for for federal student aid, or the FAFSA. The fine print that's in there about registering for the draft. So after the U.S. airstrike killed Qasem Soleimani, the head of Iran's Quds military force in Baghdad on Thursday, Iran vowed, quote, crushing revenge, end quote, against all responsible.
Yeah, right.
Now with hashtag no war in Iran, hashtag Trump's wars, and hashtag World War III trending on Twitter, users are looking into the draft, particularly college students, about how the free application for federal student aid could play into their potential future military service. Hundreds Twitter users posted messages and memes insinuating that the draft, or selective service, will be put into place within the next few months. They also suggested that college-age students would be prioritized for service.
U.S. military draft ended January 27th, 1973. January 27th, 1973 was the last time we had a draft for selective service.
And they have not done it again. Now they do, all states, at least the one I know here in North Carolina does. As soon as you're 18, you're allegedly required to register.
I did.
I didn't, because I went in at 17. So
right, you went in, so you didn't have to register. I did because I didn't go in. And then I went in multiple times, and now I have 4 kids.
Oh, and now you have 4 kids to show for it. So, it's just something that they had set up. It's kind of a.
It's already been there, and it's a voluntary thing, and it shows that you're willing to be on all forms of citizenry.
Yes,
that's what it shows. It shows that you're willing to put yourself on the line for freedom.
Yes, for everything that you have and you hold dear.
Right.
The freedoms that you get to enjoy, you understand enough that you may have to be responsible in maintaining that for someone else or the next generation.
Or in today's society, you've been told that you have to, or else you can't get college loans.
Mm-hmm. And that's exactly how this is all panning out.
These kids have never heard of the Selective Service. They don't understand why they have to be, they have to register for it. They don't understand why it's only for men.
Yep. It's so very simple, and it's not a big deal. Like it only goes until was it 25? I think the age is 25.
Yeah, it's like 25, maybe 30.
Yeah, I don't think it's quite that high, but I think it's like I think about it's your early to mid 20s. You know, what if you don't get called up in that time frame, then it goes away. And not for nothing, there's supposed to be penalties involved with this. I don't have them in front of me, but you're supposed to.
You are correct. You are correct. 18 to 25.
Yeah, you're supposed. Okay, you're supposed to get, like, if you don't sign up for the selected service system, then you are there is a penalty, and I don't know what it is off the top of my head, but you're supposed to basically get in trouble for it.
Yes, there is a penalty for it.
Because they have not imposed that since the last time they had the draft back in 72?
1973, yeah. Yeah, so 1973 was the last time that they worried about the draft, and it was also the last time that anybody's ever worried about imposing a fine or a fee because you didn't sign up for the Selective Service. Nowadays, all it does is mean that you can't get a loan for college until after 25.
Which, not for nothing, what are you doing trying to get a loan for college to get a degree in something that you're not really going to get a degree in?
Right.
Say you want a degree in that field, you will, but the evidence has been very clear that you don't need a college education in order to be able to succeed. Right. So what are you worried about?
The best thing that you could do is, if you are undecisive of what your future is, go get a job, possibly run into a trade school.
Trade schools? Oh, yeah, absolutely. Apprenticeships?
Oh, so good. Like, find something that you enjoy, see if you can find an apprenticeship in it or a trade school in it, and then just run.
Will you walk into said job making thousands of dollars? Absolutely not. But I hate to clue you in on this. You can get that little piece of paper that you've spent thousands and thousands of dollars to get, and you still won't walk into a job making thousands and thousands of dollars.
More than likely, you're going to walk into a dead-end job, waiting tables, delivering pizzas, doing all the rest of the stuff that we, as individuals who didn't go to college, did already and have paid our dues, and now we're, better off.
Yep. We've moved up, and everybody gets all bent out of shape. I want to have that job. Well,
maybe you should have gone into the field before and gotten experience.
Experience is the best teacher.
Because people don't like to hire people without experience.
That's what they say. Depends on how old they are. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's not right.
Well, no, when you get over a certain age, it's automatic. Experience is automatically assumed.
We are not in Iran, sir.
No, I was going the other direction.
Oh,
Wow, wow, that close to where I was going. How Oh,
I did that just to mess with you.
Wow. Oh, see, we can't. This is why we can't have nice things.
Well, the reason why we can't have nice things.
Why is that?
Because we haven't gone to Musitech.
That explains everything.
See, we haven't gone to Musitech.net. We haven't gone through their selection. We haven't actually talked to them and asked them their advice with 40 years experience in the audiovisual world, with a degree in sound engineering, with experience with stage lighting and all the rest of it. We haven't done that.
Nope, we haven't.
And most of you haven't either. So why don't you check them out? Go to musictech.net. That's musitech.net. It's musitec.net. You can find all of the equipment that you need, plus get as much needed knowledge and experience possible to make sure that you do and make the right decisions. Check them out, musitech.net, musitech.net.
Musitech.net. So, a 21-year-old man has been arrested in Arizona on suspicion of stealing a car belonging to a person reported missing last year.
Okay.
Well, one might go, well, that's just normal. That's, it's a crime, typical thing. It's not a big deal.
Guy went missing. Okay.
Yeah, and he stole a car that belonged to him. Could have been before or after he went missing. They don't know. He's been caught driving around in it.
Uh-huh.
The local police believe the case could be connected to a grisly incident in which mountain lions were found devouring unidentified human remains.
So you're saying
on a nearby hiking trail.
Are you telling me that this guy stole a car of cat food?
It's Whiskas. Oh.
Taste the wild.
Only the best of fancy feast. Okay. Dalen Jacob Thornton was picked up by the Pima County Sheriff's Department.
The Puma?
The Pima. P-I-M-A, not P-U-M.
Pima?
Pima.
Pima?
I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
The Sheriff's Department picked up the guy after being found in possession of the vehicle registered to a Stephen Mark Brashear.
Oh, thank God. You said Stephen. I was about to freak out.
Did you have to check and make sure it wasn't you?
Yeah.
I don't worry. I checked before I read the story. It wasn't
good man.
you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I got worried for a minute myself. I saw Stephen and I panicked.
Oh gosh.
I said, "Oh dear God!" Oh, you're right there. Okay, good.
It's fine. No problem.
Wrong, Stephen. He left his home in Bartlesville, Oklahoma, on the 7th of December, and subsequently disappeared. Brasher, Shear, whatever his name is, I'm horrible at names, was last seen visiting a restaurant in Oro Valley, Arizona, according to local police, before being picked up by an unknown person in a different vehicle to the gray Audi SUV he had set out in, and has not been seen since. His mobile phone was reportedly traced to the area, but never recovered. Authorities say now that Thornton is a person of interest in Brasher's case and believe that the body being eaten by the lions on New Year's Eve in Pima Canyon, part of the Coronado National Park, lying southeast of Tucson, could be the missing man. Animals are not believed to have killed the person themselves, but were nevertheless shot by the game wardens who considered them danger to the public after they proved fearless when confronted by officers seeking to reclaim their remains.
Well, no. I'm sorry.
Subsequently submitted an autopsy and an analysis.
When a wild animal eats the remains of a human, you have to put them down because they now have the taste of human.
Yes. It's all in their mouths.
And now they will remember the taste of human forever, and they like it.
They do. They something human is considered a delicacy
for animals.
For them, never know of that taste.
I'm really glad I don't know of that taste.
I had so many bad jokes that could get us kicked off.
I know. That's why I went that way instead.
Damn it! They're all right there, and they're so good.
Are you saying they're on the tip of your tongue?
I'm saying they're juicy. The decision to kill the lions following consultation with experts provoked a public outcry, but was deemed necessary, given that they had torn the clothes from the corpse and could be expected to regard humans as food from now on.
See, told you.
Quote, "We thought the risk was too great and we had to take action," Mark Hart of the Arizona Game and Fish Department told CBS News. Quote, "The mountain lions are not routinely scavengers. Mountain lions prefer live prey, and they are very good at killing live prey. There's an abundant javelina and deer in the Catalina foothills, and so why it happens in this case, we're just not sure. End quote. The Pima Sheriff's Department says that the investigation into Thornton's possible connection to Brazier is in the early stages, and more information will be released as it becomes available. And now back to the weather.
Thank you, Jim.
I mean, 35 degrees outside. The humidity is at 85%. That's what, I don't know what the hell that was for, but anyway. So that's got to suck.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's got to, well, I mean, it doesn't have to suck, but
it could.
Oh, you want to get out to eat tonight? I mean,
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back.
ribs.
Please.
Baby back ribs.
Baba goes out. Oh my goodness. So, speaking of food and eating, singing, and music,
Terrible.
people living in Midtown Sacramento are getting an earful from a nearby McDonald's that's blasting nonstop bagpipe music. Because nothing says McLovin
Like bagpipes.
like bagpipes.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it.
It's a little early there for St. Patty's Day there,
It's wrong,
Mackie
people.
Deeds. It's supposed to keep the homeless away.
How?
I guess it's supposed to be so irritating that they leave.
Yeah, but now it's a little bit too irritating. It's like when you, okay, it's almost as bad as putting down the little spike strips on like the benches and stuff. It's like, what's wrong with you?
It doesn't. It stops everyone. It doesn't just stop the.
Right. It makes everyone upset. What are you doing?
Keeps everybody away. They're not making money now. The story is not about the music is not exactly music to the ears. CBS 13 out of Sacramento asked the three managers about bagpipe music blaring from loudspeakers, and they replied, "What? What bagpipes?
Huh?
Can't hear you."
I don't know what you mean.
The fast food restaurant at Broadway and 24th is over 24/7, and some neighbors have moved to complain about the sound coming from its walls. Quote, the first couple of days they had it on 24/7. We wouldn't have said anything or reported to the police, but
It's
they would have had it
bagpipes.
on, or they would have had that thing going on still. Said Arnold Phillips. Phillips lives across the street and says it's making him crazy. Now, I like bagpipes. I'm fascinated by them. But even
The drone sets and then all the rest of it, yeah.
after a while, you do kind of want to slam your tongue in a car door.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a while.
It just, oof. Quote, it actually penetrates through walls. We can hear it when I'm trying to watch TV or whatever is going on through that, said Phillips. The music is intended to drive away the homeless, and it doesn't appear to be working.
It doesn't appear to work.
Well, nobody knows because
The trouble
Like-
I've seen?
you ask the managers and they're like, what? What bagpipes? We don't hear anything. Jerks. Quote, I think it's absurd action to take instead of actually dealing with the issue, said Kyria Reed. We don't know who this lady is, but apparently they said something. The idea of weaponized sound is nothing new. The 7-Eleven on West Hollywood loops classical music, and a 7-Eleven in Sacramento replaced classical with high-pitched tone. But
Oh,
here at
that's-
Broadway, it's raining bagpipes.
It's raining
Over-
men.
And over and over again.
Hallelujah.
It's raining bagpipes. I want to go out. Oh. Doing that song. It sticks in your head. Quote, it sticks in your head when you're going somewhere else, not even in this neighborhood, because you heard it for so long.
In your head. In your head. Zombie.
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 Zombie. Arnold wishes he could pull the plug. He even talked to the restaurant's management. Quote, they said they talked to corporate people up higher.
Up
That's all they
higher?
said they could do. Yep.
Higher or up higher?
Up higher.
Oh, like a funeral pyre.
No, as in up. Take a step up.
Mhm.
Higher.
Oh, because I'm pretty sure that if they don't stop the music,
It. Well, that they start a fire.
That's what I'm saying. They're going to start a fire, and it will
Yeah.
be a funeral pyre.
Yeah. But they didn't start the fire.
Ah,
Burning since the world's been turning.
right. But who's going to stop the music? We don't stop the music.
Have you ever seen the rain? Oh. Request for comments from CBS 13 fell on deaf ears. Arnold's downstairs neighbor Nate DeWitt had his covered.
Do it, do it.
How do you really?
It's such an easy one.
Quote, I turned off the leaf blower and I can still hear the bagpipes coming. It's just that constant, said DeWitt. Oh, patrons who ate at the restaurant on Friday were also not pleased. Quote, it's offensive to me because it's just so annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do we really need to, have a definition, a breakdown of the word offensive? I mean, I guess in a very long way, very reaching sort of a way, it works.
Uh-huh. So you like to reach and long-winded?
Mm-hmm.
Like a reach around. So you're saying that reaching around the bagpipes is...
Well, you always want to reach around. But no, that offensive in today's vernacular does not exactly mean the same offensive as you're referring to there, Pumpkin.
Oh, well, what sort of offensive does she mean?
Well, I think she would mean as it is an offense to her ears.
Ah, that is offensive.
That is offensive, but in today's standard,
it's not offensive.
Yeah, it's not offensive. In today's vernacular, that offensive refers to something that's racist, and you can't be racist
in bagpipes.
If you're playing bagpipes. Yeah,
you can't be racist in a kilt.
No, you can't. You can't race in anything in a kilt.
Well, they run anyway.
I know, but
it's called girding your loins. It's a process.
They don't do that. They do throw the pole, though.
Oh, it's a very heavy pole.
It isn't. Have you seen them things? They're massive.
I just don't want to get an upskirt. Is all I don't want.
No, I don't either. I imagine it's probably fairly comfortable, though.
Pretty
That's
breezy.
What
I hear it's breezy.
I hear it. A tad drafty.
It's a bit drafty. Virginia Jack all over on the me.
There's live critic. I love you. You're
so
wonderful.
Good.
So good. So, and what makes it all the better is that it's still not keeping the homeless people away.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do you? I'm confused as to why they were saying that they had to go to the higher ups in order to try and get permission to stop playing bagpipe music. There's several McDonald's just within both of our current locations.
Yes.
They don't play any music. I mean,
No.
they do like the local jams or whatever, some kind of a soft rock thing or
But
whatever.
we're talking about outside. There's no music to like scare away the people.
That's exactly what I'm saying. They don't have that here. So it's obviously a
and
store.
I live in a terrible area.
Yeah, you do. Like, if anybody needs bagpipe music being played,
It'd be the McDonald's here, but no, it doesn't.
it's a little weird.
I know, it's crazy.
I wonder if we should try that. I don't know.
Maybe we'll do a bagpipe show open one day.
Maybe that would be hilarious.
That'd
Look,
be good.
I just think about it. If crime play, or if they play bagpipes in your town, crime might actually escalate.
It probably would. Anyway, it's time for the show close, so let's get the bell counts in. How about it?
Let's do it.
Good evening, Mojo 50. I'm Leprechaun, and here with your bell count grade for the day. Monday, January 6th. Today we had 30 missed innuendo bells, 125 actual bells, and 4 horns, giving us an A for the day. Peace out. Good night, y'all.
Yay.
Yay, A for the day, for the weekend. Good stuff. All right, DOAEshow.com, DOAEshow.com. Go to mojo50.com. Don't forget to like and follow us on the Twitters at DOAE Show, at Mojo50 Radio to get your chance to win some APR coffee. See you tomorrow, guys.
See y'all.
That was wonderful.
Bravo!
I loved that.
Oh, it was great.
Well, it was pretty good.
Well, it wasn't bad.
Well, there were parts of it that weren't very good.
It could have been a lot better.
I didn't really like it.
It was pretty terrible.
It was bad.
It was awful.
It was terrible.
Get him away!